So some protests outside the White House, which of course are not unusual, but this particular one kind of was. So this is a protest of illegal immigrants demonstrating just outside the gate to the White House with no repercussions and no fear that they might be taken back to where they came from. Here now, David Webb, host of the David Webb Show on SiriusXM's Patriot Channel and Fox News contributor, and Emily Tisch Sussman, campaign director for the Center for American Progress Action Fund. Emily, let me start with you. Are you okay with this?
Well, absolutely. I mean, they want to be American, and there is nothing more American than criticizing the government and asking them to take action. Look, Speaker Boehner had asked President Obama for 2 years for Congress to take action on comprehensive immigration reform. The Senate passed a bipartisan bill, and the President gave Speaker Boehner those 2 years. He said, I will not act on executive actions to give Congress the time to pass some serious immigration reform. Now that it's clear that immigration is dead through Congress, the activists have turned their attention toward the President, saying it's time to act.
David, I don't know. I think if you're living in this country illegally, you might be nervous about being so forward and protesting in front of the White House for fear that you could potentially be arrested, that you could be sent back. I think that would be expected, would it not?
Not with this administration, Martha, but before I get to that in a second, let's listen to what Emily just said. She said it. They want to be Americans. They're illegal aliens that are protesting in front of the White House. And by the way, she's wrong about something. President Obama had Congress. In his first term, he had the Nancy Pelosi Congress. They passed Obamacare. They could have voted in immigration reform, and the Republicans couldn't have done anything about it. What we have now is a lawless administration when it comes to enforcing federal law. Eric Holder and his DOJ, who will not do it. We have sanctuary cities. Actually, we have refuge cities like Oakland, New York, and other major cities that are losing their budgets, that are losing their economic security also because of this. And they won't enforce federal law. And by the way, when they give us the false excuse of resources, the fact is that since the Bush presidency, with training and with a program that started heavily in the early 2000 years, they could train local law enforcement who are trained and would work with ICE and DHS as agents with the federal government. So the failure is all around on this.
Let's take a look at this. The Washington Times reports that one of the things that they're protesting about is that these illegal immigrants want immigration groups to boycott any administration meeting that does not include illegal immigrants to come in and sit at the table to help negotiate our immigration policies. And we also know, Emily, that one of the things that they want is, we allowed kids who had been brought here under the age of 16 to stay. Now they want the parents who brought them here to also be allowed to stay. What do you think?
Yeah, look, they want to be at the table. They want to be part of the conversation. These kids in particular have come here at a young age. All they know is the U.S. They grew up here. It's the only country they know. And they want to be part of the discussion in a comprehensive immigration package. Look, we should be looking at every aspect of this. And it's not like border security is not part of the conversation. It is part of the conversation. But when legislation is dead, like when it's no longer moving through Congress, you can't just ignore these people are here. We do have to take action and acknowledge and do it in a way that acknowledges their humanity. The program
this is
not acknowledging their humanity.
Come on.
Absolutely.
But they've broken the law. There's so many people who would love to get into this country who are going through the proper channels because they want to do it correctly. And these folks are just flouting that in their face by standing in front of the White House and protesting with absolutely no fear that there will be any repercussion. David, I'll give you one final thought. I'm already late.
It's ridiculous. Look, would you invite the person who squats in your house to stay on the meeting about whether they could stay or not? No, you deal with it in a lawful manner. 5 million matters here. The State Department says there are 5 million people that are in the pipeline to come here legally. Gutierrez, Congressman Gutierrez, says yesterday that with the president's actions, we could legalize 5 million illegal aliens. 5 million people waiting legally. 5 million people they want to do it. This is what Emily supports and the left supports.
Thanks for being with us today.
Thank you, Martha.
Good to see you, Martha.